Welcome to another Be Humane. Matthew Sky Osborne here. Again, I am still continuing on the cognitive dissonance discussion about what that is and how that affects us in our daily lives. I don't think this one's going to be really long. I think it's going to be pretty short, just kind of straight to the point. I don't know, there's a whole lot of fluff. Not that any of it's ever been fluff, but I don't think there's a whole lot of other things to discuss around this specific topic today. But again, if you don't know what cognitive dissonance is, look it up or just watch the last video. I want to talk about that as it relates to friends and people in your circle, in your life. I want to talk about broadening your friend base or people that you associate with. I touched on this last time at the last video at the very end, where I was saying people like white people or other people of other races that know me personally say, or I've heard some of them say, not all of them, Matt, you're different than the other black people. You're not the same as them. You're the exception or something like that. And I'm like, that's not true. The only difference is you know me and you see me as a human being, as opposed to those other black people you don't see as human beings. They're less than human. They're whatever you've made up in your mind as to what to call them or how to refer to them, so that you see them as deserving of whatever treatment they're getting, whether that's from police or society or jail or whatever it is, unfair sentencing, you name it. So in broadening your friend base and people you associate with, my thinking with that is you'll begin to humanize other races, other people of other, it doesn't even have to be race, it could be religions, transgender, gay. If you broaden your fan base, you'll then begin to see people of other walks of life as human and equal to you. Because I would say, generally speaking, most people value themselves and see themselves as a human and not deserving of bad and unfair treatment. And if you are truly a decent human being, you don't want to see that happen to anybody else. So when you, again, expand your friend base and people you associate with, I believe that will begin to open doors in your mind as far as what you see in the world as normal and what's abnormal. So you just saw this with the two black guys that were arrested at Starbucks for just waiting in the seating area for a friend. Somebody called the cops on them, and they were arrested. They didn't do anything wrong. Whoever called the police on them didn't see them as human, didn't see them as equals. Didn't see them as deserving of the treatment that person who called the police on them would have wanted for themselves or their family or loved ones. So they did that. Those guys were arrested. I have no idea why the cops arrested them. I don't know what the charges were. Was possibly trespassing. I don't even know how that's a thing, when they were going to eventually, I believe, buy coffee. And if not, they were with somebody who was. I don't know. The whole thing was just ridiculous. But you see this all the time. I think it just happened to LA Fitness, somewhere else in the country, where two guys that were members, black guys, somebody called the cops on them, and they were members of the gym and tried to get them arrested. So I don't know what it is that drives people to behave this way or see people that way. It could be a number of things. It could be fear. It could be ignorance, could be hate, could be a number of things. Who knows? All I know is that it's wrong. And it's really not rocket science when you think about it. Yes, we are all different shades and colors, and we have different beliefs and things that we do, sexual orientation. There's a number of things happening with humans. But at the end of the day, if you just were to keep it simple and look at each other, we all have noses, eyes, ears, mouth, hair, fingers, arms, necks, legs, hearts, brains. We're all human. We're not aliens. We're all human beings. We're all part of the human race. So in order to treat another human being that way is where I think you get back to cognitive dissonance. It's you're contradicting yourself in how you treat people. You can't treat your loved ones and your friends and family this way that treat other human beings like shit. So that's the ultimate message here. If you extend your friend base, or just even people you associate with, I won't even say you have to become friends with people from other cultures and races and religions. Just associate with different groups of people. And you can do that a number of ways. That could be church, that could be basketball, that could be sports, that could be at work. Maybe you say hello to another person of something other than you. You can do that a number of ways. I just named a few. I'm sure there's probably thousands of more ways you can interact with other people. Hell, that could even be the TV shows you watch. What you watch on Netflix, what you watch on HBO. Maybe you only watch shows with predominantly white cast of people. That's not how the world is. The world's filled with lots of different races of people. The world is not full of just white people. If you're watching only black-oriented shows where the whole cast is black, maybe you watch some white shows where the cast is more white, or maybe it's diverse, so you can get kind of a glimpse into their world. You know, if you're Hispanic, maybe you watch black and white shows. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, expand your horizons. Me and my wife are now watching this Hispanic show on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it, but we're just doing that to expand our horizons and try to get more familiar with speaking Spanish. So we watch Spanish, TV shows. So there's all different kind of ways you can do that: radio, music, personal life, TV, movies, saying hello. So just extend your reach and expand your friend base and people you associate with to include a diverse, group of people. And I think that would be a step in the right direction as far as helping make this world a better place, and that we can all accept each other more for who we are rather than dislike each other for who we're not.